Welcome. Today we're going to learn Parshas Chukas. So, in the middle of the Parsha, after the Parsha of Paraduma, we have the Parsha of the Mei Meriva. The people came to Midbar Sin, and Vatamasham Miriam Vatkoversham. Miriam was Nifter. Now the Beirish of Miriam was the Chus of Miriam, so when she was Nifter, then there was no more water. The people didn't have any water. Vayikolu Moshe Aharon, and they complained. Vaydaber Hashem al Moshe lemer. So Hashem told Moshe like this: Kaches hamata, v'hakel es ha'eda. Go assemble all the people. Atov Aharon achicha, v'dibartem el hasela leineihem. You'll speak to the stone. This is the stone that the Beirish of Miriam was a stone, and it stopped giving water. So you'll speak to the stone leineihem. V'nosim meimov, and then it'll give water. V'yitzeiso lehem mayim min hasela. Then water will come out. You're going to talk to the stone, water will come out, and then they'll have all the water they need for themselves and for the animals. So Moshe Rabbeinu did not, he hit it twice, and a lot of water came out. Now, there's different drachim over here, and the Rishonim how to learn what happened over here. What was Moshe's chet? It says, "Vayomer Hashem al Moshe, Yan lo yamanta bi lagdisheni leinu bnei Yisrael." Since you didn't make a kiddush Hashem, le'sevios hakol hazel ha'aretz. You're not going to bring Klal Yisrael to Eretz Yisrael. You're going to die before they go into Eretz Yisrael. What was the problem? So we're going to go with Rashi's derech. Rashi says that he was supposed to talk, and he wasn't supposed to hit, and because he hit the stone, that was how he failed to make a kiddush Hashem. How is that? What would have been the kiddush Hashem? So Rashi is like this: She'ilu dibartem el hasela. If you had spoken to the stone, v'hoitzi, and it gave out water, hayisi mekudesh le'enei ha'eda. V'ayimrim, and people would say, Ma hasela zeh she'ena medaber ve'ena shemeya ve'ena tzorch leparnasa mekayim dibur shel makam. Ma'idch the seller listens, kal v'chomer anu. We certainly have to listen to the Rebbeinu Shleila. So this is Ud Mefarshim struggle with this. What kind of kal v'chomer is this? We're making kal v'chomer because the stone listened, therefore we also have to listen. The stone doesn't have a bechira, doesn't have a yetzahara, doesn't have anything. The Rebbeinu Shalom told it to give water, it gave water. What does that have to do with us? How is there a kal v'chomer? This is what the Mefarshim ask. And stamazah, you have to understand, what are they supposed to learn from the stone? That the Rebbeinu Shalom talks to the stone, so the stone listens. When he talks to us, we also have to listen. I mean, we know this. We've been in the Midbar for 40 years. We're learning Torah. The people that violated the Torah were punished. People, and so we know we have to listen. I mean, why do you have to tell us now, a kal v'chomer, that we have to listen? What's the chiddush? What are we learning out from the stone that we didn't know until now? So why didn't Moshe listen? Why not? So Rashi says like this: what happened was that this stone rolled away into a field of many boulders, and Moshe didn't know which is which, and he spoke to a boulder, and it didn't give out water. They spoke to a different stone. Amru, they said, maybe we have to hit it, just like it says in Refidim that they didn't have any water. The Rebbeinu Shalom said, V'kisa b'tzur, maybe that's what we have to do. We have to hit it, not talk to it. But what kind of a mistake is this? The Rebbeinu Shalom said, V'dibartem el hasela. He said talk, he didn't say it. Did they misunderstand what the Rebbeinu Shalom said? Over there he said, V'kisa b'tzur. Here he says, V'dibartem el hasela. So what's the... what was the mistake exactly? What was it? Where we are standing now, Klal Yisrael is at the end of the 40 years, on the threshold of Eretz Yisrael. They're about to go into Eretz Yisrael. They're coming this way, that way. They're coming towards Eretz Yisrael. Until now, Klal Yisrael was living a charmed life. They had Mon, they had Bereshit Miriam, they had the Nanei Kovid, the clothing would. They had nothing. They had nothing that they had to do. Everything was fine. They were fully supported in Kailo. They had nothing to do. All they had to do is sit and learn, and they had no daigas, no problems. However, once they come into Eretz Yisrael, then life is going to become normal. People are going to have farms, they're going to have jobs, they're going to have businesses. There's going to be normal life. The life in the Midbar was not normal, but it worked very well. People had all they needed. But when they come into Eretz Yisrael, there are going to be problems. If there are going to be problems, you're going to end up having conflicts between what you're supposed to do from the Torah and practicality. What are you going to do? If you have a problem, should I keep Shabbos or should I close my store? I mean, it's never an extreme case. But I mean, there are many, many things you're going to come into conflict. So he said like this. He says, Dibartem el hasela, talk to the stone. What's the difference between talking to the stone and hitting the stone? So when you hit and also why don't you bring Raya from Kriyas Yamsuf? The Yamsuf listened. The difference is like this. Moshe Rabbeinu had a power over the Bria. He had a mata, he had a stick, and with the stick he had a shlit over the Bria, and he was able to do supernatural things. Hikisa B'tzur is supernatural. It is not the nature of a stone to give out water, but when he hits the stone with his mata, then the stone gives out water, b'derech nes. It has nothing to do with nature. It's b'derech nes. However, when Moshe spoke to the stone, if he would have spoken, speaking to the stone means, why doesn't the stone give out water? Why not? Because it's not the nature of the stone to give out water. But what is nature? Nature is, why do things fall? Why is there gravity? There's gravity because Rabbi Shalom was mitzvah that there should be gravity. It's chokei teva. So this Rabbi Shalom made. Things heavy should fall. So or not heavy, everything should fall. Goes down. That's a chokei teva. So when something falls, it's b'derech teva. So if you would speak to the stone and you would be mitzvah, not hit it. If you would have been mitzvah al pi Hashem, you would be mitzvah to the stone that it should give out water, then it would be the nature of that stone to give out water. It would not be a nes. It would be derech hateva. Why? Because Rabbi Shalom says this stone should give out water. How would it work? I don't know. Maybe some of the molecules would draw water vapor from the air. I don't know how. Atoms would change. There would be some kind of a process, and it would be part of nature. It would not be supernatural. It would not be overriding nature. It would be nature. So the chacham is this: you take a stone, and the Rebbe Shalom's mitzvah the stone to give out water, then that becomes the nature of the stone because it's a tzivui. So it's natural for the stone to give out water. So chacham us. If the Rebbe Shalom's mitzvah is to do a mitzvah, you cannot say that I can't do it. It's too hard for me. I'm too old. I'm too tired. If al pi halacha you don't have a p'tur, then you can do it. Maybe sometimes it's too much for you, so you go to the Rav and he'll tell you no, you're potter maybe. But if you don't have a p'tur and the Rebbe Shalom's tzivui is in effect with you, and you have to do it, then you can do it. So mainly coming to Eretz Yisrael, and you're going to have all kinds of situations where you're going to think, this is too hard for me, I have to do this, I have to do that, I can't go to shul, I have to open a store. No, if you're mitzvah to do it, you can do it. That is the kal v'chomer that you would have learned out from the stone. Now, what happened over here? Why didn't he listen? Why didn't he talk to the stone? So it happened like this. The stone was lost over there, and he was going around, and they're looking for the stone. They're trying to find it. So, Vayisrael oimim lahem, ma lachem eizeh sela teitziel on the mayim. What's the difference? You're Moshe. You could do anything you want. You have a stick. You can do whatever you want. You have a koyach over the bria. What's the big difference? This one, that one. We're all thirsty. Pick a stone and get us some water. L'chein Omer Lahem, he said to them, Shimu no hamoyrim, the pasuk said. Hamoyrim means, Lashon Yivani, shoitim. Listen to you. What are you saying? Hamin asela zeh sheloi nitztavinu alav noitzi mayim. Is it possible for us to extract water from a stone that there was not a tzivui to that stone? Of course, with the mata, we can hit any stone. But if we're going to go do it b'derech hateva, if we go do it with dibur, then there has to be a tzivui to this stone. There's no tzivui to all stones to give out water. There was a tzivui to the particular stone, which used to be the Beresh Miriam, it should give out water. So if we're going to talk to a stone that will learn it stavinu, that's what he's saying. Then how could we expect it to give out water? So Moshe thought the whole point of the Dibur was to make a Kiddush Hashem, to make a Kal V'chomer. If they could ask such a question, what is the difference? And they're talking to all the stones, saying, why are you talking to this stone, that stone? If they could ask such a question, that means they don't get it. They don't chap. And therefore, even if I'm going to talk to the stone and I'll give out water, they're going to not see any difference between this and the Vekisa B'tzur. It's also, they're going to look at it as also as a nest. So if it's a nest, there's no Kal V'chomer. So he's thinking that the Rebbeinu Shalom told them they should do it, K'dei Shmei Kiddush Hashem. But since they are shoitim, there will not be Kiddush Hashem. So Lemaisa, the people need water. I might as well go back to the Vekisa B'tzur, as he says. They spoke to a different stone, and then when it came to and then they ended up by this stone, but they thought, look, they don't get it, so we'll do it like in the beginning, Vikisa B'tzur, hit it. So they hit it, and that was the problem. The Rebbeinu Shalom said, speak. You don't make a cheshbon. You don't say, no, they don't get it, this and that. You should do what the Rebbeinu Shalom told you to do, and in the end, if you would have spoken to it, they would have gotten it. Or even if they wouldn't have gotten it, Lamaisa, that was the tzivah of the Rebbeinu Shalom, but probably they would have gotten it. But at this point, that's what they thought. Moshe thought that they don't get it, they ask me such a question, so therefore, the whole Kiddush Hashem thing is not going to work. I might as well just give them the water the way I did last time. That was the pshat over here. So, the Yan lo yaman to be like the Sheni, so may lo yisaviyu sakal ela oretz. Because you didn't make a Kiddush Hashem, that's why you're not going to come to Eretz Yisrael. So Rashi says like this. She'ilu dibartem el asel v'hoitzi, hayisi mekudesh, v'ayim masel hazeh, 1 second. Oh, not this Rashi. Yan lo yaman to be, if they didn't do this, they would have gone to Eretz Yisrael. Because if they would have died, they would say it's like the Meraglim. What does that have to do with the Meraglim? Because the Pasuk says in Parshas Devarim, but the Ma'aseh of the Meraglim doesn't say in the Parsha of Shlach. But it says in the Parshas Meraglim, nobody's going to come. Zulasi Kolav ben Yefuna, he's going to come, right? Gam bi yisan of Hashem beglachem leimar, gam ata leisavay sham. So the pasuk tells us, Mefurish, that because of the Meraglim, Moshe Rabbeinu is not going to go to Eretz Yisrael. But today, that people should not think that he had shaykhs to the, so why wouldn't he go to Eretz Yisrael? What did he do? He just sent the Meraglim. Didn't participate in the Dibas Haaretz, but he shouldn't have sent the Meraglim. He made a mistake, and the Rebbeinu Shalom said, "Shlach l'chol l'daitcha." You could do it, so you did it, and it didn't work out. So he did something wrong. So that's why he wouldn't have come. But today, that people should not say that he's part of the Gzeira of the Meraglim, because it's like a separate Gzeira over here on him. It's not because it's part of the Meraglim. Therefore, he would have gone. However, now that there was the Mei Meriva, so therefore, now we know why he's going to die. There won't be an Ichshash. People are not going to conflate him with the people of the Meraglim. Now, there was also another place where it says that he's not going to go. When he came to Mitzrayim, so he came, and things got worse. In the beginning, things got worse. It got worse before it got better. So he said like this. But Yomer said, Hashem, Lama Royosa Loma Zeh. Why did you do bad to these people? Lama Zeh Shlachtani. Me'oz Bosi al Parel Dabish Bishmecha Chora Lama Zeh. Be'atzal Insalta Samecha. What's going on? You sent me to save them and it got worse and didn't save them? What's going on? But Yomer Hashem al Moshe said to him, Ato Sirias Shel Esel Paroi. Now you're going to see what I'm going to do to Paroi. Says Rashi. Ato Sirias Herarta al Midoisai. You second thought me. I told you to go, and you say, why'd you do bad? Like Avram Shemart le Yitzchak Kol Zora, V'yachakach Mart le Haleu Lo'ila, V'lihirach Midoisai. I told Avram that Yitzchak is going to be his continuation of his generations, and then I told him, he didn't ask me any questions. And you, I told you to go save them, and it doesn't work right away, so you come with questions. Lefichach Ato Sirah. Now you're going to see you're going to see what's going on with Paroi. You won't see what's going to happen when I take them to Eretz Yisrael. You're not going to go. So we have three places where we see that Moshe Rabbeinu is not going to go. We have this place where Lama Ariosa, so he doesn't go. And then you have the Meraglim, and then you have Mei Meriva. So so if he hadn't been Mei Meriva, then he would have gone. Why? Because nobody would have thought, this thing happened privately. This happened, nobody was aware of all this, that they were, that Moshe was told he's not going to go. So then could be he wouldn't go, and whatever it is, he doesn't go. But after the Ma'aseh of the Meraglim, if he didn't go, people would think that it's not because of this, it's because of the Meraglim. So therefore, this Gzeir was taken off, and that Gzeir was taken off. When it came to Mei Meriva, then right? Now in Pinchas, so there were three Averis, but in Pinchas it says like this: Hey Mei Meriva, Hey Meriva's Kodesh Midbar Sin. So Rashi says, Ein bohem oven acher. This is the only oven to have. The oven of Mei Meriva, nothing else. So I would think that three avenis. Now each one, for some reason, it wasn't put into effect to stop him from going to Eretz Yisrael. But there was, I would say, three avenis. Why is oven echad? And Stambazai, it would seem to be that there is a commonality between all these three things. So I think like this, that they're all caused by one thing. Moshe Rabbeinu had a tremendous Avos Yisrael, and he was like a doting mother to them. And sometimes a doting mother will do things for the child which really you shouldn't do. Maybe the child will be better if you don't do it. But if the love is so powerful and so overwhelming, then the mother will do things that really should not be done. Moshe Rabbeinu had a tremendous love for Klal Yisrael, so when he saw them suffering, then he said, Lama Harayasa. He couldn't take their suffering. I mean, but they handled it. They were there, they handled it, but Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't take it. So therefore he said, Lama Harayasa. So it came from that. When it came to the Ma'aseh of Meraglim, again, the people came to him, they said, please send Meraglim, we want to know what's going on, we want to know what kind of plan should we make, we need it. So again, Moshe gave in to them. He loved them, and and they were distraught, and what's going to be, so can we send, so okay, fine, send Meraglim. Again, the same thing. And then by Mei Meriva, when they didn't have any water, and they were chalashing for water, and they were pressing him, so he just gave in, and he said, I'll do it, instead of holding on. And if he had not had such an overwhelming love for them, then he would say, okay, you wait, you're thirsty, you'll be thirsty a little bit longer, let's try it. No, because he had such a big love for them, that's why he was nichshel and he gave in. So all three are really come from the same source, and it's possible to call them Oven Echad. Now, later in the Parsha, we have the Misa of Aharon. So it says, he told them, take Aharon, take him to the Hor. They went up there to a cave or something, and he said like this, take him into a cave. Hachna, hikonis la ma'ora, v'nichnas. Ro mita mutzaz v'ner dolog, there was a bed there, and there was a candle. So he told Amrlei alei lamita. He told Aaron, go lie down on the bed. Ve'ola, he went on the bed. Pshat yodecha, extend your arms. Upashat. K'moit spicha, close your mouth. V'komatz. Atzam meinecha ve'otzam. Close your eyes, and he closed them. Miyad chomad Moshe le'oisa misa. Right away, Moshe said, what a great misa this is, and he had a cheshik for it. He wanted it. What exactly did he see here in this misa? What exactly was this misa that he has such a chemda for it? He says, go lie down on the bed, extend your arms, close your mouth, close your eyes, and then he died. What was it? So this misa is called, Vayal Aharon HaKohen L'Horahar. This is in Maseh, when we have like a brief mention of Aaron's P'tira. Vayal Aharon HaKohen L'Horahar Api Hashem Vayom Hashem. Rashi says, Api Hashem Melamed Shemeis B'Neshika. This was a Misas Neshika. Aaron died Misas Neshika. So this is Misas Neshika. And that's what Moshe saw, and that's what he wanted. What is the meaning of Misas Neshika? Why is it called Neshika? And what was it? So there's a Gemara in Brachas, Andaf Ches. Gemara says like this. There's 903 misas. Nicha Shabakul, and the best one is Neshika. Neshika is the best form. What is Neshika? Neshika damya kemishchel benisa mechelba. It's like you draw a hair out of milk. So when a tzaddik dies, the neshama and the guf, a person's neshama and guf are connected. And as much as the neshama is involved with the guf, it becomes more difficult to separate them. A tzaddik is really, the neshama dominates, and it's not so enmeshed with the guf. So when he dies, the neshama goes straight out easily. Whereas by a rasha, the neshama is very enmeshed with the guf. So the Gemara says that it's like pulling wool out of a thorn, that it's like, it sticks, it doesn't come out smoothly. That's what Misas Neshika is, that it comes out easily. So this is what he's saying over here. This was, and he went into the cave, and he lay down, and he spread out his arms, so the movement of his arms ceased. Then his mouth closed, and his eye closed, so all the physical systems were shutting down. So when he died, the body was basically shut down, and then the neshama came out easily. Even for a tzaddik, there's also a certain amount of involvement together with the body. So because his body shut down in stages, so when it came for the misa, for the neshama to leave it, it left like a hair drawn out of milk, which comes out very smoothly. So that's why it's called neshika. Neshika is when you kiss, it's like the lips. So the lips don't stick to each other. When the lips separate, the separation is easy. It just separates. So that's the misa of neshika, with the neshama and the body could just separate easily, and that's the best way for a tzaddik to leave this world. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again next week.